Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome to the show. As you can see, we've been joined by the regulars. Ali Dawa. Sorry. Ali Dawa.
Ali Dawa back there, bro.
Sabur. Freddie.
Mohammed Hijab.
Me.
You're finished.
Yeah, it's actually his height
He
as well.
finished himself.
Oh man, it's too funny. All right, guys. Jazakallah khair. Welcome to another episode of Mind Asylum. We do this every single week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. Anyone can come on. We can post the link, inshallah. You guys can get on there, comment, inshallah. And we have different topics every week. We have a lot of regular people. And what this show is, if this is the first time you're watching the show, Mind Asylum is a show where Muslims can come and you can discuss anything. You can mention it in the comments. You can come on. We provide the link as well. But we don't give you any fatwas or anything like that at all. This is strictly to just discuss things and talk about topics about Islam, things that can benefit us and help us all, inshallah. So we'll just get off your phone, please. So basically, today's topic is quite an interesting one. I mean, we're going to go through a few different topics, inshallah, but I think we covered this before. But it's quite interesting. And inshallah, guys, I would really suggest you guys to comment, inshallah, because it'll help people. It'll help all of us, inshallah, right? But I think there's this phenomenon that happens a lot, is that for some reason, a lot of us, we don't read the Quran every day, whatever it might be. Maybe like habit, or maybe everyone's busy, of course. You have family, you're busy, you've got things going on. And even those of us who start reading Quran, then it's like you read it for a few weeks and a month, and then you stop. Now, a lot of you guys are watching. I'm guessing a lot of you, mashallah, tabarakallah, are from practicing backgrounds as well, because you're watching something on like Islamic YouTube channels. And a lot of us pray as well. But do you guys find this? Like, just be honest in the comment, because you being honest in the comment, it helps a lot of everyone to learn, because we know, okay, this is a problem we're all going through. I went through it so bad. Literally, even like recently, I think like a year and a half ago or something, I was like giving dawah, and there's like a whole tribe accepting Islam. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm doing this work. These people are taking shahada. I'm giving them copies of the Quran. I'm finding them for them. How much do I read every single day? And we all have this thing. I don't know if you guys go through it, but after Ramadan finishes, you go through this guilt, and it lasts for about a week. All right. And that guilt is, you're like, well, I've stopped reading the Quran now. Like, I've stopped reading regularly. And you say in Ramadan, I'm going to read this now every day. And in Ramadan, we go to a different level. You're reading a juz a day, 2 juz a day, 3 juz a day. And then it just starts to go down. And after Ramadan, after 1 week, you have that guilt, and it goes and it goes. So much so that it's so bad. This happens to me sometimes, and it happened before. When you hear Quran recitation, you think it's Ramadan. You feel the Ramadan vibes, only because that's the main time that you interact with it or you're listening. So, guys, comment below, inshallah, and let me know, do you go through this? Do you suffer from this? Do you also feel what I feel, what Ali feels, Sabur feels, and everything? And let us know, inshallah. Sabur, sometimes I come into the office and I see you, and you've got headphones in, and you've got the volume on 100, and you're listening to Quran recitation. Why do you do that?
Okay, so firstly, I think there's a huge problem I definitely have, and I'm sure everyone else has as well. We live in a high dopamine society. High dopamine. Like, there are activities which your brain, in terms of dopamine, just shoots up. So, for example, approximately 27.5 meters. How long is that?
How much?
27.5 meters.
27.5 meters.
Yeah, exactly. 27. So the skeleton's finally spoken. That's a lot of length, right? That's about a meter, right? That's about a meter. A very tall human being is about 2 meters. So we go through 27.5 meters of scrolling on our phones every day.
Oh my God.
Every day.
That's crazy.
Now you may think, no, that's not possible. What do you think about it?
I was thinking, what are you going to come up with? Like, meters, what could it be? But what is it?
So imagine you're scrolling on your phone, right? You're scrolling through Facebook, Instagram. What you're basically doing is, okay, you're not even finishing reading a post or a picture. Next. So what's happening is your ability to focus is being diminished, is being killed.
Yes.
It's like this.
Yes.
Take a child, they just woke up in the morning, and take them to read a book, right? A, B, C, or Hungry Caterpillar, or for those of us that are kids, yeah? Okay, they'll do it. Or they're playing their Wii, they're watching something, right? And they're fully engrossed. Then you take them and you say, read The Hungry Caterpillar. What's the difference?
Yeah, of course. They're going to bug out.
With the second one?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, because it's like that, my daughter's like that sometimes when it comes to cartoons. When I take it away, etc., she starts bugging out because she's so immense in it, so consumed by it that if you just take it and just bring something, because your brain you've programmed in a certain way. And when you just, it's like somebody who's on drugs. If you take them on drugs, they're gonna bug out. It's something that I know. It's not. Come sit down.
No, let's stay. I'm gonna sit down. Grab a thing. So continue what you're saying, Ali.
Yeah. So because they've programmed their brain to that it's dopamine. So it's like someone who's on drugs, heroin.
Yes,
if you take him off, he'll start bugging out because he's used to that. His body's used to it. His whole system is used to it. It's just like a computer crash. Boom! You just smash a computer.
That's it.
What do you expect it to happen? What?
Yeah. So what happens is you go from a very high intense dopamine activity, dopamine releasing activity, to something that's weaker. Now, what I realized about myself, and I'm sure we will all relate, because we're constantly on our phones, constantly on social media, constantly doing different things, we lose focus.
Yes.
So what I try and do is I force myself to listen to the Quran as early as I can in the morning, because I know the rest of the day my dopamine activity is going to be very high. 2, I try and calm myself down in terms of dopamine. Now, this is very interesting. Yeah.
So you detox it.
You detox, exactly. There's a guy.
Why don't you try that with your food?
There's a guy who did this amazing thing. Yeah. He reduced his dopamine levels by staring at a clock for an hour and watching it go around, and by reading at the back of the toothpaste. And he did this. He got rid of all social media, everything, and he started doing things which are boring on purpose. He's given a TED talk on it. And then he went to go read a book. He could read for 2 hours. Before that, he couldn't concentrate 5 minutes without checking his phone. So what it is, the powerful thing about the Quran acts as a reset button.
Yes.
You go to it.
Reset factory settings.
So you read Fatiha every day and in prayer 4 times. But if from a non-Muslim's perspective, why are you repeating yourself? You did that an hour ago.
Yeah.
You did it a minute ago in the previous rakat. Because what you're basically doing is, the way I see it is, Islam has habits to recalibrate you to a certain level. Because human beings, they need repetition. So having a relationship with the Quran is extremely important, because it's in a way you calm down a child and you recalibrate an adult. That's the way I see it. And he's done a lot of videos on the importance of the Quran and our relationship with it within the context of dawah as well. Because like you said, sometimes when you're involved in dawah, your relationship with the Quran suffers, when in reality the two are interlinked.
Did you have time where you just want to read it for days, weeks?
Haven't read it.
No, before.
Yeah, even now it happens sometimes. It happens. Everyone suffers from it, and it's because of these things you're discussing about dopamine triggers and having access to things which are just give you this quick high. It's like junk food basically. It's quickly, it's tasty, but it's messing your body up in the long run. Like you eat banana and chili sauce together. That's worse. That's another level of junk. So there's healthy food, there's junk food, and then there's Sabur's diet, which is chili sauce, banana, chuck in some chocolate, all of this type of stuff. But it's when you're in a bad diet, it's enjoyable. That's why people do it. It's enjoyable, it's quick, it's fast. But you don't, and when you go to eat a healthy meal, bro, what happens after eating like junk for so long? You don't enjoy it. You feel sick sometimes. But
you can't eat an apple.
You can't. But if you detox, if you give yourself that space, and within a week, that healthy food starts to taste good. You can feel it's doing good to you, and you never want to go back to junk food again.
There's a verse in the Quran where Allah Subhanahu wa Taala says, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Verily, with hardship comes ease." I was pondering upon this, and I was thinking, if you think about it, if with hardship comes ease, the opposite must be true. If with hardship comes ease,
with ease comes hardship.
Yes, it has to.
So if you're lazy,
now the thing is this: the reason I believe one of the issues we have a lot of psychological, mental health issues is because we live like kings. Everything's easy for us. Amazon Prime, fast cars, fast hand dryers, everything is fast. So the thing is, you get your body so much used to it that the ease that we have comes in return hardship with our mental health, because you suffer, Aki, because we as human beings, we are not created to have absolute ease. It destroys you, bro. I've started going jogging when this whole lockdown happened. Before, I used to go boxing training, but jogging on the roads, I wasn't onto it. It's hard. Boxing training is so hard, Aki. Doing hard things are hard, but wallahi, they have something called a runner's high. You get, Anytime I do a very hard, difficult thing, some kind of ease follows it. It's very strange. It's even when it comes with hardship and tests that you go through. That's why Allah says, indeed with hardship comes ease, and verily with hardship comes ease. You go through these hardships, but the ease follows. So the thing is, in today's time that we live, like you said, for example, social media we're on, etc., it has a massive impact on us. So when you are so consumed, when you think, okay, I've got Amazon Prime, I can order and it comes fast, yeah, fast takeaway. You're programmed like that. You carry that into your marriage and your friendship. You have a no problem with your friend? I'll replace him. Where'd you get this from?
Allah.
No, it's true. Where did you get this from, brother? Because like sometimes we have brothers who have issues with each other, etc. And they come, no, bro, forget this guy. I go, okay, remember the good things you've done. In my country, they say you have one tea with someone, bro, for 40 years, you should not forget them. How is it that we've come to a point where we're like, forget him, brother? Why? Where does that come from? Because the social media, it programs us as in a way where you think, okay, I'll replace him. Like you turn him into a product. Amazon, I buy this, I don't like it, bro, buy it. I'll do another one. I'll get another one. So what it is we carry that onto our marriage, our friendship, and it affects our whole way of life. And we disregard people and we burn bridges. And it comes with a lot of side effects. It's like a domino effect. But that's the reason why, like you said, that guy who's looking at the clock, most of us will look and say he's crazy. We're crazy, but he's not crazy. He's reprogramming his bloody mind. Yeah. So instead of looking at a clock, read the Quran slowly. So I think it's important. It comes with a lot of consequences, but yeah.
I wanted to ask, like I feel this, and I wanted to ask Ali as well. I spoke to him earlier today. Apart from Salah, what's like the?
Come sit down.
No, it's fine. I'm going to be going soon. I'll get changed.
No, replace him. Replace Sabur.
Replace him. If there was anyone else, I would have rejected. But it's because Sabur.
Ali, what is apart from your Salah, right? What is the greatest highlight of your day that you feel like, oh my God, at least I did that? Is it the run?
No, it's not the run. The run is like, obviously it's good. It's like something that I can like achieve. But the thing is, like, for example, the Quran, the relationship with the Quran, it's very fundamental, especially with us in the Dawah scene. It's very important for us because you can't, like, if you're not in the Dawah, it's not that deep. Like in the context of, it is, but it's not like deep to the effort that we need to put in. Because if you're out there calling people to the Book of Allah and you're not reading it, it's a big problem. You can be among those people who are, Allah will say on the day of judgment, you're one of those who are calling people to something you didn't do yourself. And there's a lot of problems that follow with it, Like me personally, a couple of years ago, I was like thinking to myself, I'm going to leave the Dawah scene. And why? Because I was struggling with the Quran, like reading it. Yeah, I had teachers that would let me down, etc. I really wanted to read it. There was a lot of issues, but making dua, Allah gave me a way out. I have an Egyptian teacher which is very flexible, and I do lessons with him. But before that, I felt like a munafiq. I was like, come on, bro, I'm in the Dawah scene. I can't even read the Quran, the Book of Allah properly. So it really affected me, where I said, no, now I can read fluently, but that doesn't stop me because my aim is to carry that on as much as I can. Do you get it? Because it's a part, as Muslims, the Book of Allah, it's fundamental, man. It's like your oxygen, So that's why with me, I make it a habit where even if I fluently read it, even if I memorize the whole Quran, it's a habit that I want to carry on that with my teacher. An hour a day, have a lesson. It just has to be there in my life, and it's important.
An hour a day keeps the shaitan away.
Huh?
An hour a day keeps the shaitan away.
Yes,
bro. But
maybe.
Honestly, when you don't read it, it's the worst feeling. When you read it, you actually feel like, what? At least I've qualified as a. At least I've read the Book of Allah. Like, But I saw this video I think 7 years ago with my mom. I was watching it at night, and the guy was saying that if you have not even read the Quran for a day or a few days, he's like, you've gone away from the Quran. It's like he said you've done hijrah. Yeah. It was crazy, subhanAllah. But the thing is, obviously, we've discussed this as well. Sometimes we just forget. It's just not that easy, right? Yeah. You have a teacher, alhamdulillah, you can do it. But other people, it's not that. How do people start? What tips can you give to people where they can start reading every single day?
So when I have done it consistently, is you have to find something comfortable first, right? Give yourself a space, and you have to almost make it a must in your day. Like you have to eat food. Yeah, just say, okay, I've got to give myself half an hour. Start with something small, maybe 10, 15 minutes a day, and just give yourself a space. And for those 15 minutes, your phone's not going to be there. Nothing's going to be there. You're going to sit and focus, right? Then you have to find your tools, basically. Yeah? So depending on how you want to read, whether you prefer an app, whether you prefer a mushaf, whether you prefer a translation, whichever way you want to engage, just make a start to begin with. Yeah. Me personally, I like certain apps that I use sometimes, and sometimes I use a mushaf, right? Or sometimes I use a translation with the Arabic itself. So just make it a habit, and trust me, within literally days of doing it, it's like the healthy food example. It becomes a habit, and then when you don't do it, you're missing something. Like you feel something's incomplete at the end of the day when you're going to bed. You just don't feel satisfied. And that's a good feeling. That's what you want to have. So even if you have to miss it one day, something happens. The next day you're back at it. If you again leave it for a few days, get lazy, you're gonna be out of the habit.
But we have something quite interesting here is that a lot of people that go through this, I went through this as well. It's like the Prophet said, the most beloved you told is that which is regular and constant. Regular and constant, even if it's small. Like he has told you if it's small. So you can read one verse, you can read 3 verses, you can read half a page. What we do, I would do this, 1 juz, 2 juz, 2 months.
Yes, but you know, if you think about it, there's a psychological effect on that, because if you think about it, the Prophet he said, do acts that are small but regular. Actually, psychologists, they say, look, you have the conscious, you have your conscious and you have the subconscious mind. Yeah, they say be conscious of the subconscious mind. You need to understand, look, be conscious of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is sometimes a brain in its own. Yeah, there's certain habits that you do that you may not even realize, but you have to be aware of your subconscious. Like, why am I doing that? Yeah, some people come and say, bro, do you realize you do this? I'm like, do I? I didn't realize. Your subconscious mind you have to be aware of. Now, when you program, they were saying, they go, neurons that fire together, wire together. Yeah, it was psychology was saying that. Now, when you do regular things that are small, so let's say I wake up every day, I go to Euston Station and I catch my train to work. Yeah, and every time I go past the beggar and I give him 10p, regular. Now, my brain, when I walk towards Euston Station, what do you think my body's going to be doing? When I've been doing that for years, it's going to react to it. Even if I'm not thinking, I'm going to be going to my pocket because I'm used to the action. So when the Prophet says do actions that are small but regular, you're building a habit, and you can break a bad habit, because when you're building a habit, you're breaking the bad habit, which is not reading the Quran. So when you're doing that, your hand will reach. So I know some people who are buddies with the Quran where their hand reaches the Quran. It's their second option. You know how I go into the phone? You know when you go to the phone, sometimes I used to do this, like a crackhead, yeah? I used to go, like a crackhead. I used to go there was no TikTok there, yeah? I used to go on Instagram, Facebook. I used to go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. And I used to get my phone and do the same action again. Okay, if I'm not crackhead, I don't know what crackhead is. The thing is, I was doing those actions because my brain, because I'm continuously doing that, I'm doing an action. My subconscious mind is programmed to that, and it's doing the same things. Go watch a story, come off it, go back, go watch another story, come back. You're doing it, you're not even realizing. When you do the same thing with the Quran, or whatever it may be, your brain does the same thing. It picks up. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to go straight to the Quran. I'm going to go straight to the Quran. I'm going to go to the Quran. This is how you train yourself. And once you do that, it becomes an habit. And that's why it's so amazing why the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, do actions that are small but regular, because they will become habits.
That's a good example.
Inshallah.
There's also, sometimes people who are in accidents.
Come down there.
Or
sit down.
No, it's okay.
Come down to our level.
You know what? If people can hear my voice, I look more mysterious.
Go on.
No. Hide.
There you go.
So, some people, they get into accidents and they start saying certain things or doing certain things, or someone's half asleep. This is like your spiritual backbone. So whatever you do regularly, that's what comes out. Yeah. So in a way, the last thing you want is you happen to be in an accident, or something happens, you get cancer, or your subconscious is there, and your last moment says Twitter mentions. If you don't want that,
this happened. This story.
Facebook.
Singing Britney Spears and stuff.
Yeah.
Facebook.
About to die. Yeah.
Facebook. Hashtag just died.
Yeah.
Dying. Just dying. Hashtag RIP. Subhanallah, protect us. But it's crazy. A separate question. What do you guys think of the keto diet?
Well, I was thinking of, I was actually exploring a couple of days ago. Can someone help me?
Bro, keto diet is the most unnatural diet, because
Really?
you're going to stop having carbs and everything, and you're going to do it till you lose the weight for 1 or 2
I
months.
want to lose weight, bro. It's just I want to detox.
Go vegetarian then.
Vegan.
You can have bread, you can have dal, rice, everything.
No. I want to stay away from carbs.
Yeah, but then
Why
bro,
is it
you're
not
gonna have
carbs?
no
Carbs
energy.
aren't bad.
But you can have meat, bro.
listen, you know, carbs
They're good for you.
is
Tell
the
him.
standard human diet.
Yeah, because you're a Pakistani and eat rice.
But all humans, Turks,
Sabur
bread.
eats potatoes before
Yeah, bread.
pork and a lecture.
No. Have you got evidence for that, bro? You just destroyed my whole keto.
Look, bro, look at the comments, man.
I was getting hyped.
Dr. Ishaq said keto will kill you.
It's not good for you.
Serious?
Yeah.
It's
Keto is stupid, not
balance is
sustainable.
best.
No, this is what I say,
That
yeah?
comes, man. I watched like some.
Jazakallah khair, Ayman. Good to see you, bro. Ayman's here, mashallah.
Ayman Hamimi.
The more keto is good, but the thing is, it's difficult to keep it up because you don't consistently keep. So keto, for those of you who don't know, is when you don't have carbs, you don't have bread, and when you stop doing that, you don't have bread, you don't have rice, any of that, right? When you stop it, it's good. You lose a lot of weight, but then people go back after 2 months. They're like, all right, I'm done. and then they start putting all the weight back on. It's better you control your diet now or make it in a way, bro. The best diet, best diet. Honestly, the best diet to do that. Anyone, if you guys want to lose weight, just do this, right? I'm doing it right now as well.
Okay, go on, tell us.
Every time for once a year, for 1 month, you do something where you don't eat food till like 7, 8 o'clock, right? It's called Ramadan. Yeah?
Okay, so,
So if you do intermittent fasting like that outside, where you eat your meal at 7, 8, 6, 5, choose it, and you stop eating at 10, well, you will drop your weight and you can eat whatever you want.
I don't want to drop weight, bro.
Okay, that's fine. No. Okay, you want to go healthy?
No. I just want to try. People are talking about the keto diet. I'm just very.
Bro, I can see your belly. They can't see it. It's not. What do you want to do healthy?
No, I just want to try because people are gassed. They're talking about it's healthy and like have a lot of carbs like bread. I just want to stay away.
It's good, but your running will become difficult. You know that.
How about I do half ketogenic diet? How about I just stay away from bread, pasta?
Yeah.
And
but you'll have rice.
Sweet stuff. No, I've done the rice as well.
Okay, yeah.
Can I have couscous?
Couscous, yeah, we can't have bulgur.
Carbs.
Yeah.
But look, I tell you, bread. Not all bread's bad. For example, sourdough bread,
I heard it's good,
it's really good. It's got healthy bacteria in it, bro, for your gut. I literally have like half a loaf of sourdough bread now every afternoon with just olive oil.
Do you have?
That's it straight. Ask him.
Do you have kefir?
No, I don't have that.
Kefir, you know kefir?
Oh, the yogurt thing,
yeah. This is the kind of kefir you can consume.
Yes. It's good for you as well. Your stomach.
Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna get me flagged.
Bro, someone said how about vegetarian?
Consume your kefir,
vegetarian
guys.
is very good actually, guys.
Sorry.
I did it for
Report that.
1 week. And it was
I need that was promoting cannibalism.
It's kefir, isn't it?
Kefir. Alright, sit down and let's carry on, inshallah. We've got half an hour left.
We are talking about
well, look, we're talking about diets right now. What's your diet currently?
No, it's the wrong person to ask.
Okay, wait.
Now he's thinking. He's
Guys,
thinking.
do you know what
Sabur's diet's on life support machine,
bro? I have seen Sabur's diets evolve. Talking about evolution, his diets evolve over the years, right? I swear, I've seen him mention the oat diet, that he only has oats. I've seen him say the banana diet, he only has bananas. He was on the tortilla diet. These are all true. He would have bags of tortilla, bro. Each bag is 500 calories. He's like, it's not that much. He has 1,000 calories, just crisps, tortilla diet, bro. And then he was on all these diets, but the one diet that stands out that I will never forget. Okay, he went on a naan diet. He would have naan, just naan pita bread. Pita bread. And it got so intense, that diet, that one day, bro, in the office, I opened the freezer and it was full of naan. Like literally, it would fall on me. It was just packed. He had frozen it. So every time he's hungry, you just go and take it out. You warm it in the microwave.
Not exactly true. That was a Hamza supply.
Okay, it was Hamza's supply, but he was part of it. Okay, and these diets have evolved. Then there was but some of them are very short-lived. It's like some of them are literally less than 24 hours. Okay. Look, I just got reminded. Samosa diet. That's a huge diet of samosas. He'd have samosas. 1 samosa,
but
2 samosa, 3 samosa in the space of 60 minutes.
But guys, I will tell you something. Isa has been pushing one type of diet, and I'm actually doing it, which is you just try and eat once a day.
That's the best.
The meal I just had now with Isa, that's the only real thing I had today.
That's it. And you feel full. For so many people, it's called OMAD, by the way, for you guys, right? It's called 1 meal a day. OMAD. Try it. It's honestly, if you want to lose weight, this is the easiest way, especially for all of you, because you guys are Muslims, mashallah, you guys are fasting in Ramadan, you know what it's like, right? All you do is this: don't eat any food, have your first meal. If it's really difficult for you, have it at 4 p.m. If not, have it at 5 p.m. If not, have it at 6 p.m. I use an app called Zero. There's Zero, Simple. There's many apps that are called intermittent fasting apps. So when you start your fast, you press it, and it's amazing. It tracks it, right? So it tells you you're fasting for 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours. You check it the next day, it says you've been fasting for 12 hours. And then when you get to 16 hours, it gives you a notification saying you're in the fat burning zone, as in your body's using the fat now, which is amazing. Zero app. It's called ZERO. It's an orange app. Amazing. I use it. So that helps a lot. But that's fasting. That's really good as well. But it's really good. So every day, just do that. If it's very difficult for you, eat at 4 p.m., right? If you can do more, do 6. The warrior diet is 23-1, and I know Sabu's kind of thing, 23-1 is basically every day you eat at 7 p.m. Okay, So and you will eat at 7 p.m. and you'll finish all your food by 8 p.m.
That's also the sumo diet, bro.
Yeah, which means after 8 p.m. you don't eat anymore. So you're fasting for 23 hours at a time. Yeah, it's incredible.
So you can have tea and coffee, no milk.
In that you can have everything in that hour, 7 to 8. But you can't have anything outside. But black coffee you can have, by the way, that's fine. It's just 1 cup is fine. Black coffee or green tea is fine, as long as there's no sugar, as long as there's nothing that spikes your insulin, right? And then if you have it in between 7 to 8 or between 7 to 9, in that time, it's amazing. The one that I find the easiest is between 7 and 8 p.m. And then I try and stop eating by 10, right? And I say this, but I've only been doing it for a few days. Then I did it like a month ago, but it's honestly the best, don't you think? Oh, you probably haven't tried it. Everyone's
No, I'm on something similar.
No, but you know the funniest thing is I've seen Isa do this in the office, yeah. So he'll eat nothing for 24 hours, nearly, 18 hours or whatever. Then he'll order like from Pepe's or God knows where and greasy food or whatever. He'll eat it and then he won't eat again for like 18 hours.
Yeah, but that's the best because the way you can start off with is you can start off with junk for the first week or something. Then you go to a bit healthy and you wean off it, yeah, till you're eating healthy food, right? And that's better. And you can have carbs or whatever. But because you've skipped breakfast, you've skipped lunch. And by the way, guys, this thing of like breakfast is the most important meal of the day, yeah. These are all just ideas that were created by people. There's no set thing. Okay, we do suhoor in Ramadan, but there's no set thing that you wake up at 8 and you have to have egg and toast and all of this stuff, right? Yeah. What do you think? Would you do calorie counting, right?
Actually, this is linked to the Quran, right? So where's that bread? This bread.
Well,
yeah?
I'm using the bread.
So you know when you get that huge bread, if you try and eat it in one day, it's not possible, right? You'll just keel over. Likewise, when it comes to the Quran, people think, right, I need to read the Quran, that size loaf, 5 juz, I have to read it today. Honestly, guys, something that's really helped me, I'm sure it's helped other brothers here as well. If you flick open the Quran and even read one verse, literally one verse, your
if
mind...
only there was an app that can deal with this problem.
Allahu Akbar.
Go on, Suhoor.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, you were saying it's the loaf, and then you read a part of it.
Yeah, so you know,
try and eat the whole thing.
What happens is it's like this, right? Because you make it so big in your head, then you're like, I'm going to set this time to read the Quran. But when you want to check Twitter, you don't set a time. You just open it up, yeah, and you read it. So it's not just try and think to yourself one verse, just one verse. Let me just flick open the Quran and read one verse. Usually what happens is what you're going through in the day, what you're thinking is sometimes that it comes out like that, you know?
Yeah.
And also, guys, I wanted to say this. Even though we are lazy as Muslims, there's this website, I've forgotten what they're called. They did this research on what is the most widely read book in the world, right? And again, even though we neglect the Quran, it's still the Quran is Quran by far, yeah? So, you know, there's a reason why Allah says if this book was revealed on a mountain, the mountain would crumble. Why? Because the teachings are so heavy. And it's not about, you know, eating the entire bread. It's just, you know, 1 or 2 verses. It's like a morsel.
I got a really amazing story that I heard from this guy, non-Muslim guy, and he was saying this is very, very interesting. I think you guys will relate to the story as well. This woman, she tried many different things in her life, and she's tried different careers and everything, and she finally got into like drawing and painting, okay? And then she travels to like Far East Asia, and she has to go and meet this old man. She has to travel, like fly in the flight, then she has to take a long 5-6 hour car ride. Then they have to go through forest, they have to hike for like 6-7 hours, yeah, to finally reach where this monk is, okay? And when they reach this monk, she says to him that, listen, you know, I've come to you for a very long time. It's taking me a long time to travel. I heard that you're the monk who can draw the perfect circle. Yeah, and she said, is that true? And he says, yeah, that's true, I can. She's like, look, I've come a very long way. Is there any way that you can show me that? And he says, yeah, sure, why not? So he opens his cupboard and he takes out a paintbrush and he dips it in black paint and he goes up to a wall and basically just in one swipe, this guy draws the most perfect circle. Literally, it's perfect round, okay? Yeah. And she says, oh my God, this is what they spoke about. You can draw the perfect circle. That's incredible. He says, okay, I've done what you asked. I've got a favor from you. He says, can you show me? And the woman said that, you know, once I see this guy draw the perfect circle and he teaches me for a few months, that's it. Then I will have achieved what I wanted all my life. I can draw the perfect circle. I can do so much, right? So he said, okay, before any of that, I have a favor from you. Can you draw a circle? And she says, yeah. He said, how long have you been practicing for? She said, about 3 to 4 months and everything. She said, okay. So she takes the paintbrush and she draws a circle. Now it's not perfect, but it's actually a really good circle because she's been doing it for 3 to 6 months. Okay, and he says that's pretty good. That's not bad. It's not perfect like mine, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he says, you know how long it took me to draw my perfect circle? He says this is all I've been doing for the last 50 years. For the last 50 years of my life, I've been drawing circles, and that's why I can draw the perfect circle. And he says to her that you've been doing it for 3 to 4 months, and your one is pretty good. It's like 80% of the way there. Yeah. So the what's the moral of the story? Don't chase perfection because it can take you decades, years.
so
if
true.
you're looking to read 3 juz a day, come on, man, or 1 juz a day. Start slowly. The woman, she only did a few months, and he said, look how good it is. And you want to now learn what I've done in 50 years. You want to spend a few years with me trying to draw the perfect circle. So remember this principle. Whenever something happens, just stop. Just try and do it. And this has helped me a lot as well. Instead of trying to chase perfection, because a lot of us go through this, I go through it as well. Some people who have ADHD, they go through this severely, that you always want to do something perfect or you want to make it perfect, but stop chasing perfection. Sometimes you just start and the guy is going to be like, all right, that's so close to what we're doing. Like you've just done it in like a few weeks and it's like 70% of the way there. So yeah, definitely that's a tip. What do you think?
Absolutely. Just make a start, especially with the Quran. Just make a start. And even if you've done it 100 times before, just do it once more. But this time, just try to stick to it, inshallah. And you know, it's worth. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the next week. Just make a start today. Make the intention today, and every day, just make a new intention to just continue this journey, inshallah.
We're discussing everything. Scroll down, Sabu.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Brilliant, inshallah. So, Ali, what does like your diet consist on a regular day, generally?
Chicken.
Is it mostly protein?
Salmon.
Chicken, salmon.
Not together.
Okay, I thought you were thinking chicken. That's a type of salmon.
Oh no, salmon. That's a kind of.
What do you have? What do you have for breakfast?
Actually, well, I'm not kind of a breakfast guy, but I try to have a lot of salmon.
For breakfast?
Yeah, I have salmon, bro. Salmon sounds really mad. Salmon.
Oh, with
avocado.
cream cheese.
You know what I've been having lately? I love it. Goat cheese.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's
Oh,
amazing.
bro,
Goat's butter and goat's
bro.
cheese both are good.
Bro,
Guys, that is the worst cheese.
No, it's the most amazing.
Bro, I
cheese
will
in the
never
world,
forget
man.
this experience.
After you said that, all the diet thing you said is gone out the window. For
Okay,
me.
let me tell you
I
something.
take it as
Let me tell you
zero.
something, yeah?
Don't
Listen.
Don't listen to anything he says.
Ramadan.
Goat cheese. Have you tried the goat cheese? Have you tried
Yeah,
goat cheese?
I'm telling you
Which
now.
goat cheese?
2016, bro, and Ramadan, it was an iftar time. It was me, Salahuddin Patel, and Johnny. We went to Pizza Hut, okay?
Yes.
It was iftar time. We went, Pizza Hut's a bit expensive as well, so we were like, let's just do it today. It's a treat and everything. And we ordered goat cheese pizza, yeah? Bro, I took a bite of that goat cheese, yeah, bro. I smelt a goat. Literally, I
What are you
swear,
talking about?
it smelled like a goat,
Bro,
bro.
your experience is like a this non-Muslim coming and saying, I met a Muslim who was bad to me.
No, listen.
All Muslims are bad now.
But maybe that.
Refute it.
I thought maybe that's the taste.
Actually, trust me, try this goat cheese. Go to Tesco.
It's a round
It's
one.
called
It's blue,
it's a
blue
mature
label,
label.
yeah.
It's a blue label.
Yeah.
It's soft.
Clean,
It
yeah.
has two.
Yeah.
I want to see the picture. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't judge a book by it.
Okay, fine.
Don't judge everybody here.
I'll give you
This
another
goat
one.
cheese is so pink.
basically,
and it's healthy. But goat milk is dead.
Basically, what you're saying is goat cheese, which doesn't smell like goat. So why do you eat non-goat cheese?
Well, he wants cheese. That's
That's what he's saying.
Exactly. Okay, tell us, what do you eat for breakfast?
Goat cheese, salmon. I usually have that.
Would you have a salmon, the fillet, or the
salmon,
wait,
smoked
smoked
salmon,
thin-
smoked salmon. I have goat cheese and I put it's so pink.
And
And I put black pepper and lemon juice.
And then what do you have for lunch?
Lunch, when I change one, sometimes chicken, yellow chicken. You know yellow chicken?
Yellow chicken, yeah.
So corn,
Bro,
corn
yellow chicken sounds like yellow fever. It doesn't sound.
This is yellow chicken. It's corn.
Suppose used to blue chicken.
Even it's corn fed.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Would you have it? Like,
It's
describe it.
Corn-fed chicken.
That's what it says in the yellow chicken.
What would you
Bro,
have?
is this one of those shady corner shops that has got expired stuff? It's yellow chicken. Just have it.
Yeah. It sounds good. It's like
I've been
when you
feeding
order
it corn syrup.
chicken. It was looked after well, basically.
Is it corn or corn syrup? Because corn syrup is something
No,
else.
corn, normal.
Corn, normal corn.
Okay, tell us. What do you have?
That
Like,
or
what is it?
salmon.
What is it? Grilled or
Yeah,
fried
yeah,
or grilled with rice?
Yeah.
What do you have? How do you
Grilled.
have?
My mom does it with sometimes vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you have for dinner?
Dinner, wallahi, I don't know. Sometimes whatever my wife cooks.
What is it like? What kind of food is it? Like,
Oh,
what,
like
name a dish. Name a
Chinese.
dish.
Oh,
Oh,
there's no
yeah,
dish,
that's
but
nice.
like they're all. Yeah.
That's delicious, man.
Yeah.
What kind of fizzy drinks do you have?
I never had fizzy drinks. I left the fizzy drink life a long time ago. Yes.
Let me tell you a story.
Jahiliyyah.
Let me tell you a story. Sabur.
Coconut.
I'll never forget the story. Sabur said to me, and it's true, he was right, yeah? He said to me, oh, fizzy drinks, I don't drink fizzy
Where
drinks.
was this? Where was
Wait,
this? Where
listen
was
to the
this?
story,
Where was
yeah?
this? Where was
He
it?
said to me, Isa, we were in Hajj, alhamdulillah, mashallah, we managed to go on like the cheapest package you could find. But we didn't even have a hotel. We just stayed in these rooms. But mashallah, it was amazing. Alhamdulillah, may Allah accept it. We were in this tent in Mina, okay? I'm sitting with him. He goes, I'm having cold Pepsi, and I'm like, this is the best thing ever, yeah? Cold Pepsi. He goes, oh, I don't drink fizzy drinks. I gave it up, man. He said, I haven't had it for a year. Yeah? He said, I don't have sugar. I haven't had fizzy drinks. I avoid like poison, yeah? I'm like, subhanAllah, that's pretty amazing. But I found it hard to believe, but I know he didn't. He actually didn't, yeah?
Are you sure?
Bro, few seconds later, I just look, yeah, and the first thing I see in my gaze, yeah, is Sabur with a Pepsi can, chugging it down. It's almost as if it would drip down his chin.
Why? We had a craving. What the hell?
Because there's nothing else available.
Oh.
We were just
So
stuck
all
there.
that time, he said, I've quit. It was a journey. I'm
Did you
anti-sugar.
get food poisoning as well?
Yeah, from the rice, I think. I don't know. But anyways, and then Sabur was chugging it out. That was the funniest thing ever.
It was funny, man. Sabur, God, travel with Sabur.
Oh, it's too funny, man.
Have we traveled together?
Yeah, I think we have.
Did we go Malawi?
Yes.
No. I didn't go Malawi with you. Where did I go with you?
I don't know, went somewhere.
You guys went to Tanzania.
Oh, do you remember you came in the winter once?
Yeah.
We were in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And like, does anyone have a room?
We sleep in
And
the
you put it, and we slept in the masjid.
We sleep in the masjid.
Ah, that was Gloucester. You remember you came in the van?
Yeah.
Gloucester.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Did I
that.
come in the van, yeah?
Yeah, I remember.
Was that the time you launched Welcome Project?
Yeah.
Didn't we ever travel abroad, Sabur? I mean,
I don't think so. Oh, Brazil.
yeah.
Yes, Brazil. Without Brazil.
Yeah.
Look, somebody commented.
Our trip.
The brother commented, "Welcome to Morocco to eat the best food, guys." Have you guys tried
I went
Morocco?
to Morocco, but nah, sorry, man.
Bro,
The thing about Moroccan
guys,
food,
if you have
is
the right
very
Moroccan
good.
food, it's just incredible.
Starting man.
Tahini,
I have to go. Tagine.
Tagine.
Tagine with lamb and prunes.
But tomorrow.
And then,
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
yeah, there's some really good Moroccan food.
Okay, guys, it's been emotional. Thank you. Take our diet experiences.
Thank you, brother.
If anything happens to you, no disclaimer. We please don't refer back to us.
Brilliant. Okay, Jazakallah. All right, inshallah, we're going to end in like 10, 15 minutes. But wow, subhanAllah, quite an interesting range of topics today. So, what have you actually found to be the best diet for you then? Generally, or is it just reducing your eating?
Do you know what? It's actually what I'm doing now, which is that the first meal was this one, and the last time I ate was properly last night. So all day today,
Yeah.
I was hungry.
But you know why it's so good, bro? Because you know what? When you eat at 6 or 7, yeah,
Can't eat that much.
you're so hungry though. You enjoy it.
Mm.
It's so enjoyable, right? So
How
that-
do you see how I divide that?
Yeah, so one thing is that if you don't have the right food, it doesn't taste good, then it throws you off because you waited all day. But a lot, Mufti Mank does this, by the way.
Every
Format,
day.
1 meal a day, only 1 meal a day. Mike Tyson does this, only 1 meal a day. Many people do it.
Yeah.
If you see that guy on BBC, he was saying that he's on BBC, non-Muslim, and he says, I've
yeah.
lost so much weight, and he's like, I fast Mondays and Thursdays, like the Prophet. And the good thing about this, Mondays and Thursdays, you can actually fast, yeah? And just fast on Mondays and Thursdays, and on other days just don't eat till late. And this is if you want to lose weight, obviously you can drop a lot. But even
I'm going to try the keto. I'm going to see what I want.
yeah,
I did keto before.
we'll see how long that lasts.
I'm going to see.
The thing is,
I'm so excited.
like Isa said, I did even the Atkins ones. You just put on the weight straight away.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you have to be consistent. You understand with whatever you do. Oh, subhanAllah, that's very interesting. So we got this comment here. It's true, so what you said. I did the same thing. Whenever you are lost, confused, overwhelmed, exhausted, open a random page of the Quran and the content and teaching will resonate with your situation and thoughts. Most likely in regards to your du'as, Allah speaks to you and reminds you of information you need to cope with your problems. So
Allah
open a
Akbar.
random page and read the surah and understand it thoroughly. Yeah, that's amazing. Jazakallah khair for that. And this is the thing, guys. It's very, very important, inshallah, that to build habits, right, that you try and do, you start in small chunks. And I was reading this book. I mean, there's a really good book. I was reading parts of it called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's really good. And he talks about 1% increase. So he talks about increasing by just 1%. And Tony Robbins said this amazing thing. He said in a talk, he said people overestimate what they can do in a year. They overestimate what they can do in a year, and they underestimate what they can do in a decade.
Yeah.
So if you had a 1% increase every single month for a year, how much is that? 12%. How much of an increase is that over 10 years? 120%, man. It's just crazy. So it's just about starting. And then when you start, sometimes you go into overdrive. So you start something, or you start a diet, or you start reading Quran, you do something
Or
like
even,
that.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Even Mind Asylum. Yeah. When we started it, you were like, oh,
Yeah.
and now it's like an addiction.
Every week it was like, oh, you do it and stuff. But now, alhamdulillah, like it's like if you keep it consistent, it keeps going. Mashallah, the views are gone up to like 200 now, consistently, mashallah, which is incredible. And you guys can just come here every Tuesday. We discuss topics. It's all halal. We talk about Islamic topics and everything. We bring some of you on as well. You can ask questions, but it's just a good place for Muslims to chill and discuss these normal topics that we all go through, like what kind of diet are you on, what app are you using, you know, how's your running? How's your running, by the way? Do you do it every day?
No, I do it like 2 to 3 times a week.
Do you have a
How
treadmill?
long do you go for?
Treadmill.
It changes. No, outside.
How long do you go for?
It changes.
Boris might shoot you.
4K. I do 4K. I've been doing it for about 9 months.
Wow, 4K.
So
not
I
bad.
did 4K in about. My best time is like 19 minutes.
Oh wow, so
But
that's
before I was
amazing.
like 23 minutes, 24 minutes. My built slowly. I did 1.5K. I would take a break, then I'll do 1.5K back. Then I did like 2.5K straight up, then 3 straight up, then I built it to 4.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
usually we go for 5, but it's too much, man. 4 is just perfect. Yeah, it's amazing.
How do you
It's hard.
feel about half an hour after you finished?
Bro, you feel amazing. It's you can't explain it. Go have a cold shower, like it's just everything just sweet. Even your legs aching. It's just
Bro,
you just feel the sweetness
honestly,
of it.
like I try and do it. Like I try and do it like most nights actually, because I have a treadmill. Alhamdulillah, yeah. Bro, you start craving it because you know when you go to that level, everything in your mind is going through full speed.
Yes.
Ideas, projects,
Yes,
everything's just flowing
It
through.
helps, man. It's good for your heart, your body, everything, man. Everything.
Someone was saying cardio is not for you to lose weight or die. It's actually for your heart.
It's a mental state.
Yeah, it's for heart and your body. Yeah,
Yes.
it's basically moving
It's
the
good
muscle.
it's good for thinking.
Yes.
I met Nasser Bhai, a big donor of IRA. We were going Manchester, and on the way we went to a petrol station, and he's 60 years old, but he's still very good shape. He picked up a Snickers bar. I was like, "Were you gonna eat that?" And he was like, "Yeah." And
He said, "No, hey, have it. You take it."
and he said, "Yeah, I went for a run this morning or something." And he's really slim, and he's very energetic, and he says it's good for the mind. And look, at the age of 60, having a Snickers bar is basically suicide, right? Diabetes, this, that. Even at our age, we shouldn't be eating it. But because he does so much exercise, he was just like,
bro. Some
he
of
just
them,
ate it like.
they look young as well. Like Mike Tyson, these Aki's sports. Trust me, Aki's. Can't go wrong.
No,
You
really
stay at
good.
home, bro, you're gonna get lethargic, you're gonna get depressed, you feel like crap. You're not doing nothing, all you're doing is sitting and so bro, you're more prone to heart disease. Your body's not created like that. Your body is not created.
We created man in hardship.
Yes, brother.
That verse of the Quran.
When are you gonna go for your next one?
It's due tomorrow.
Okay.
You're jogging back home, aren't you? With the laptop.
Yeah, that'll be
How long are you
What
gonna
is
go
it?
for?
It's
Oh, you just do 20 minutes, yeah?
yeah.
just-
Well,
just
it depends
20.
how long I finish my run. Sometimes I'll do fast.
What's the longest you've
Two.
done?
The longest I've done is 4.5K, maybe half an hour.
No, like the longest you've ever ran.
Yeah, 30
Like,
minutes.
like 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's very hard, man. It's like you hate every second of it, but after it's just amazing.
But even the boxing is amazing as well. You
Boxing,
get a big
boxing is
rush.
Very, very hard.
It's very difficult as well.
It's again, it's amazing.
Amazing. Brilliant. All right, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, everyone. I think that was a really good, nice, short and sweet Mind Asylum. We want to keep this 45 minutes anyway, so then when it gets to the 1 hour mark, that's it.
All right, guys. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Any last words, Ali? You are our guest this week.
Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel.
Bro,
guys, yes, please. Have you prayed Isha?
Subhanallah.
Have you prayed Isha? That's the real question here. Yes, you have time for everything, but have you got time for Salah?
Have you prayed Asr?
Have you prayed Asr?
Do people respond to you, by the way, saying that, yeah, I have?
Yeah,
Or like,
I get a lot of
alhamdulillah.
people. A lot of people, man. A lot of people. Some
That's
people like, no,
amazing.
I haven't. I'm like, why? He's like, because in my country it's Maghrib. I'm like, okay.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. All right, guys. Until next time, inshallah, we'll see you guys next week.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.